What up, you guys? It is Chris from One Strong Home. So I just got done wrestling a cow in the blackberry bushes. So I'm pretty scratched up. We had our young bull calf get out that we've been meaning to band for a while. And the last time we roped him down to band him, he didn't have one of his testes fall, right? So rather than banding a sack with one nut in it, which I have done before, and you just get an ornery bull, a one-nutted ornery bull, we decided to wait. So today he happened to get out on his own. I took this to my opportunity to run him till he was tired and rope him and tackle him. Well, then he's, of course, ornery and just lays down in the blackberries rather than walks with me. So I thought I'll just tie him up and went and got my banding tool and banded him. Anyway, he'd be a great young bull, but I don't need a bull. I need a steer because he's going to go in the freezer next year, right? So anyways, it just reminds me of kind of a comment I heard today, which is what would you do different, right? What would you do different in your life right now if you knew tomorrow power went out, right? Or tomorrow, like, you know, Iran does its thing and we're in a third world country all of a sudden, or you know, like the things, all the things, right? And to me, if you're living it a little bit, right, you're living closer to home, you're working on your homestead, you're producing your foods, you're raising your livestock, right, you're finding other sources of energy, you know, either more efficient energies or solar panels or stuff like that. Like if you're already doing a little bit of that, well then if that scenario, any one of them pops up, you're just ramping up, right? You're just doing a little more than you were before, or a lot more, right? But if you're practicing the things, right? If your gardening skills and your irrigation knowledge and your feeds, your alternate feeds, right? Or your roping skills like mine, which suck. But or understanding how to band cattle or not band cattle, or you know, how to do the butchery or how to do the slaughter of a turkey, or you know, to understand which crops grew back on their own are edible and which ones are just weeds, and you know, all the things. If you're doing those now, would it change all that much? And my hope and dream for you is that that you are doing a little bit now, right? I mean, look at the colors behind me today, man. There's no filter, man. You can see all my old gray, right? But those colors out there, man, that says I can feed you, right? If you got this color behind you in your world, right, that means that you're in an environment where right now you should be raising the chicks, raising the hens, raising the turkeys, maybe growing out a piglet, maybe getting your beef rocking and rolling. Maybe your beef dropped a calf. Maybe your gardens are, you know, beds are down, and maybe your starts are ready. And if they're not, you can buy your starts, right? Remember, buying your starts is not wrong. There's a different way to do it, right? It's good to learn how to collect your own seeds and do your own starts and get them strong enough, healthy enough to put outside. But that's not vital, right? It's not vital. We all have our own skill sets, right? Mine are not starting things from seeds. My wife does really good at that, and I'm glad to have her as my partner. But what are you doing that you could just ramp up, right? One of the things we're adding to our farm this year, we're actually going to do that guy. We're actually going to do like some farm tours. Jeez. Chili. Hey, you're interrupting my video. So we're going to do some farm tours and some training, right? So stay tuned. We're going to be, we got a piece of property over here we've been clearing, and it's real ugly right now because there's a old mobile home we're tearing down and a whole bunch of logs still laying there because we haven't been able to get it all cleared up. But let me show you some pictures of that. So in that, there's that old mobile home, and that 5 acres, which sits next to our 5 acres, it's where we're actually going to do hosting families, right? Families that are maybe in need of someone to help them either reorganize their homestead or help them with where to do additions, where to put things, how to do certain fences. Maybe it's just that counseling moment, right, of business people or people who have commercial life that are wondering how it can be done, where you can create all your proteins, a good portion of all your foods throughout the year on small acreage, right? And my wife and I have done that, right? Our family, actually, just not my wife and I, our kids are involved, right? And we've had people come over and help us a number of times when we're doing processing chickens or cattle or whatever. And though we can do it by ourselves, it's hard. It's hard to do it all on our own, right? And so what we want to share with you guys, and this is something we're just moving into this year. We should probably be late summer, early fall when we do our first hosted course. We're setting it up so that we can get RV sites, and we have a real good class rec room. It's a 1,400 square foot upstairs to our shop, and it's nice. We've hosted a lot of classes in there, and so it'll be a couple classes. It'll be like a Friday night through Sunday, and we're working on the pricing of that because it's not just a vacation for the family on a homestead. It's also a couple classes here and there, and one of the biggest things we can do is help people understand what their property is. We can just take some aerials, right? Some Google Earth pictures, or however you guys get your topography and your homestead, your property, and help them develop it, right? And then just say, hey man, this is, if you moved your garden here, it's gonna produce a lot more. Or you're thinking cattle or chickens, like where is your downhill from your barn, right? Some of these things that if you haven't been involved in it, it's good to have some other ears. And so that's what we're working on, right? It's always something, and we like to share, definitely. That's a way we can do it. We can recoup a little bit here at the farm, and I can tell you what, we were introduced to a family that does this over Eastern Washington, and the rate that they charged was too expensive for us. It was $3,000, I think, for the weekend, and though maybe they had some really awesome courses that I'd be able to take away from, but $3,000 for us for a 3-day weekend is a little too high, right? So we'll be under half that for darn sure. But it's a getaway. It's a vacation for the family. It's a place where they'll be either on-site camping, or we have record space as well, right? Where so the whole family can stay, and we're talking husband, wife, children, all of them, because it's all part of it, right? And depending on what we're doing for that season, maybe they're involved in the slaughter, butchery, or processing, and that's all those short classes. So we'll try and fit 3 to 4 things, and the weekend, the rest of it is just reflect time and have them set up and practice their playing, right? So kind of a neat way to do it. Anyways, guys, right now you should be getting it going. You should be out every time you have a chance. I know for us it's always late evening, right? Or look at that last bit of sun, found the right spot. I hope you're doing it, right? Whether you're starting your gardens in little containers on your back porch, or getting your dirts ready, your soils outside, checking those dirts for all the nutrients that they might need, and supplementing those. Or maybe you already started. Maybe you're ahead of us, right? Likely you are. We're busy, but we can all learn something from each other, right? And this is us, right? So pay attention. Look at that, man. One strong home. Oh my God, that flipped around, looks backwards to me. But yeah, thank you for supporting us. Appreciate it, right? And stay tuned for a whole bunch more. If we didn't tell you guys, Warrior Wednesdays, we're gonna do live once a month. Family Fridays, we're gonna do live once a month, and the rest will be recorded like this, right? And Terry and I have a lot to share, and the butcher room, it's coming along, man. It's coming along really good. It's all painted, and racks are up, and really rock and roll. I got some sliding doors to put on, and a hanging bar, and power's almost finished. It just takes me a lot because, like you guys, both Terry and I work full-time jobs. A couple of them, actually. We're busy. But I'll show you that as it comes along. I'd love to give you the next picture as I take will be kind of like the chronological. I'll show you as it progressed from concrete, not knowing what I'm doing, asking for help, to finishing up, not knowing what I'm doing, asking for help. But been around a lot of construction, but I tried making that thing out of stuff I already had. That's a lot harder. I had some big old freezer panels, walk-in freezer panels. None of them were the same size, and so you can't tell now, but it was a lot harder working with a whole bunch of stuff that was the wrong way, wrong size. It wasn't regular, right? So anyways, guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.